Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Wayne and this is Fully Human. As you probably know, the state of your skin and your digestion are both really good indicators of your overall health, and these two things tend to be correlated. If you have poor digestion or some sort of damaged gut, you tend to also have poor skin quality or pimples or acne. Now, I actually had this problem for many years, well over 15 years, and even through the paleo diet, it was a really big problem of mine. I had poor skin, I had little pimples over my body, on my face, and I had really poor digestion and undigested food. I'm happy to say that I've fixed this now, so if this is a concern of yours or something you need to work on, then watch this video and I'm going to tell you how I healed my gut and my skin, so yeah, stay tuned. So going back about 15 years, I had digestive issues. I wasn't digesting food. A lot of food was just going straight through me undigested. And also I had poor skin. I had just a poor quality of skin, and I had little red pimples on my chest, my arms, and my face. So this was always a problem of mine. And I also had bloating in my belly, like not a big bloat, but even when I was lean and I could see my abs, I still had that sort of bloat going on there. So I knew something wasn't right, and all of these things were correlated. And it took me years and years and years to figure this out. And I tried a lot of different things. I mean, I tried taking like these stomach acid supplements because I thought I'm not digesting this food, so my stomach acid is probably weak, and that didn't help. I took all sorts of probiotic supplements. They didn't do anything at all, and I was really disappointed. They're very expensive. Yeah, I tried, of course, adding in lots and lots of greens. I tried adding in lots of raw salads and those sort of healthy vegetables that are supposed to, give you good digestion. I tried taking a lot of prebiotic vegetables, so things that, feed the good bacteria. I tried so many different things, and a lot of these things made my digestion worse. Nothing seemed to work. Like I tried everything, I felt like everything. And after like 8 years, my skin still hadn't really improved. It was still the same. Now, the one thing I didn't try after all these years was cutting out all plant foods, especially all vegetables. Now, this seemed like a crazy idea to me at first. We grew up saying vegetables are good for us. We're all taught that. So the thought of getting rid of them just sounded a bit crazy to me, but at the same time I was seeing this is the undigested food. I just decided to cut all plant foods out and only eat animal-based foods. So I did that, and within 48 hours, I kid you not, my digestion was 100% better. It was just felt so much better. My stomach was just flat, my belly was just flat, and it felt like it wasn't bloated with anything, and my skin actually started to get better at this point. I actually noticed a difference already, which was pretty amazing after 15 years of not having perfect digestion. So I knew something was right here, and over the next few days I continued doing this, and my skin just really cleared up completely. I just couldn't believe it. Digestion was just perfect, and it just happened in such a short time for me. So just cutting the plant foods, that was the only thing that I did that made all of this happen. It's just such a simple change. And my thoughts are that not only are the plants undigestible, but they actually go through your body at a faster rate. Their transit time is much faster because your body just can't digest them. So they kind of just, shoot through really fast. And I think they bring it through all the animal products at a faster rate with them. So I think this causes the animal foods not to be absorbed properly because they all digest at different speeds, and well, some don't digest at all, but the animal foods digest at a much slower rate, and your body needs that time to absorb all the nutrition out of that. Now, moving forward, I was thinking, well, I can't eat just meat for the rest of my life, even though I felt fantastic at this time. There are going to be things missing, especially eating only muscle meat. So I looked more into it at this stage, and I learned a lot about the nutrients in animal foods, and I thought, what about, can we get everything from animal foods? And we can get everything from animal foods, but some of the nutrients are very difficult to obtain, and it's kind of impractical to get a couple of these nutrients, which is basically vitamin C and potassium. All the other nutrients are quite easy to get on a carnivore diet. this 100% carnivore diet, even if it's only beef, just beef, that is a really powerful tool. It's essentially an elimination diet, because how many people in the world are allergic to beef? So if you start eating that and only that, and your symptoms go away within days, a couple of weeks, whatever it is, if those symptoms start to go away, at least you know it is diet related. And that's the really powerful thing about this pure carnivore diet, is you can figure out if it's diet related, because when you're eating all different types of things, you really don't know if it's diet related. So that's what you need to do to start with, is do this elimination diet where you're removing everything and you're only having beef. So you should be cooking the beef very gently. If you really do like raw meat, then go for it, but I'm not a fan of a lot of raw food, not a lot of raw meat. But you know, at least cook it gently. Don't go cooking it really black on the outside or anything, just cook it really gentle. Now do that for a few days or even a week if you have to, and you should definitely see an improvement in your digestion and your skin. And then you can start to add in some more nutrient dense foods. So I would include salmon, and I would include some liver. Now these are nutrient dense, but they're still animal based, and you're going to get extra benefits because you've got the vitamin A in there, and the fat soluble vitamins. You've got all your EPA, DHA from the salmon, so you're going to get this anti-inflammatory effect. And all of these will also help with your skin condition. Now, even do this for another week, so you've sort of been doing this for 2 weeks total. You should definitely see some major improvements in your digestion and your skin. Now, assuming you don't already have a carnivore-based diet, you might be wondering where to go from there. You know, if this is fairly limiting, you know, it is very limiting, you might be thinking, what beyond there? We'll just start to add in a big variety of animal foods. So it doesn't have to be just beef, go for lamb, chicken, even pork. You do want to focus on the good fat ratio. If you're eating a lot of poultry, you're probably not going to get very many omega-3s. You're going to get more omega-6s out of that. So, you know, focus on the grass-fed beef and fatty fish, and you know, as well as some of the other things. But you want to keep lots of omega-3s in your diet. I'm a big promoter of seafoods. Definitely include as many seafoods as you can. They can get a bit expensive, but just look around for the cheap options. Sardines is a really good one, but if you can afford it, get lots of crab, prawns, shellfish, oysters, all of those. They're going to have so much nutrition in them, and they're going to have a lot of these trace minerals which may be missing from certain land animals, especially certain land animals that maybe don't have the best diet. A lot of these nutrients are only available through ocean animals. And of course, eggs and as many other animal foods as you can think of. You can add in some raw dairy if your body can tolerate it. If you're not doing dairy at all, then you can definitely include some sardines and some bones in your diet, because you want that vitamin D and that calcium and the phosphorus, and which you might be missing if you're not having raw dairy. Now, one more tip I want to point out on skin health, and this might be further into the future. You know, once your gut is healed, you can actually start to include some plant foods. They're not all evil, but you really need to get your digestion on point. Like, you need to be at the point where you feel fantastic, your digestion's spot on, your skin's healed. This could be months into the future, but when you feel confident that you can start doing that, you can add in some plant foods. Now, you also might notice at this stage you're getting a little bit of craving. I mean, this could start in the first few days, and this was the case with me. Well, a couple of weeks into it, I started to get a little bit of a craving for kind of sour and crunchy type of food. So, you know, some sort of pickle or sourish sort of food, like lime, for example. So I would actually squeeze a little bit of lime into my, you know, some ice water, some mineral water over ice, a little bit of lime in there. I actually really enjoyed this, and there was actually a food that I really love on the carnivore diet. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is about it that is special, and it's actually sauerkraut. Now, sauerkraut is a really delicious addition. If you haven't tried it before, definitely try some sauerkraut. You need to get the unpasteurized sauerkraut, so that's only available in health food stores. If you buy it off the shelf in your regular supermarket, it's going to be pasteurized, so you'll lose all of that valuable bacteria, which is the whole point of sauerkraut. Now, sauerkraut is one of the highest vitamin C foods in the world, and I believe that there's a reason people crave sauerkraut sour foods on the carnivore diet. Now, at least I have. If you're a carnivore and you don't eat any plant foods and you don't have cravings for this type of thing, please let me know in the comments. But I suspect a lot of carnivores are craving these sort of foods. And I think it's because of the vitamin C and other beneficial things that are in there. There's obviously the good bacteria, but I really think it's the vitamin C, because vitamin C tends to come in sour packaging. A fantastic side dish. Now, interestingly, I don't have any digestive problems eating sauerkraut, even though technically it's a raw vegetable. I think something happens in the fermentation that breaks down a lot of the digestive problems. So yeah, that's something you can look at, and I think, vitamin C is a critical part of skin health. So if you're eating all these nutrient-dense animal foods and you're including this high-quality source of vitamin C and beneficial bacteria, then it's going to be a really good recipe for excellent skin and excellent gut health. So I really hope this video is of help to you. I know there's nothing worse than having poor skin with bad complexion and bad digestion and bad elimination. I've been there for 15 years and it's really bad, and it's the best thing in the world when you can clear your skin and heal your skin, heal your gut and your digestion. So I really hope this helps you. I would love to hear your comments on if this sort of advice does help you. So yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.